Okay. No, but we really thank the members that have found time to join this short conversation. As we promised at our last AGM, we're going to try as much as possible to have so many educative engagements with members throughout the year. And this evening, we are privileged to have Nora K. Ratangabo, who is our member, one of our star members. Could work in an organization, could run a personal business. So just you type your name and where you earn your living. As we do that, I will invite Nora to just use about less than 20 minutes for her presentation, and then we'll have an opportunity for a Q&A as the conversation progresses. So Nora, please, you're welcome, and just go ahead.
Hello, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ratangabo Nora Charimpa. I am the Executive Director of Awakening Smiles Initiative, a counselor, a certified counselor. I am also the proprietor and manager of Nora's Pharma Products. And I'm glad to have this meeting with you, to share with you what I know. And today we are going to talk about financial resilience. Are you hearing me? Is everyone there? Am I speaking to someone?
Yes, I can hear you, Nora.
Okay.
Yes, we can get to you.
Yes, today we are going to talk about financial resilience. What do you understand by the term resilience? What is financial resilience to you? So according to me, financial resilience is defined as the ability to withstand life events that impact one's income or assets. During these times, it is more important than ever to know how to deal with and endure income changes. I hope you understand. That is a small, simple way to understand what financial resilience is. That in case something happens, for example, this time we are handling financial resilience in the times of the pandemic. What do you do? What's your ability to withstand the hurdles of the pandemic in a time when there is financial instability? That is what we are talking about. Now, the ability to withstand depends on the person. Depends on how the person has handled their finances in the past, according to me. Depends on how the financial knowledge this person has. Depends on the financial preparedness of this person, of you, the person I'm talking with. Now, all of us have different ways we prepare for disaster. We prepare for miscomings or misfortunes or whatever. And in this time we are talking about finances. How are you preparing? What are you doing to prepare yourself for this moment? For any moment that may come, that may arise. Is it sickness? Is it a pandemic? Is it death? What are you doing to prepare yourself for that moment, for that disaster? And I've come up with a few points that I want to share with you. Yeah, and I want you to also share with me as we go. For example, I've come up with 6 ways that will help us to improve on our financial resilience. One is tracking your spending. Like most of us, most people I've come across, most people I know spend before they even earn. They live way past their earnings threshold. You maybe earn 1 million, You stay in a house of 600, that is per month. You stay in a house of 600,000. You use airtime worth 100,000. The meals are worth 350,000. Then Medicare is per month maybe is worth like 50,000 or 100,000. Then maybe you want to send money to your girlfriend, or you go to the village, or anything you want to spend your money on. You find that your expense is already 2 million, yet you earn 1 million. You're not tracking, you're not planning. You need to plan according to how you spend. I always say that if you want to buy something, let's say you want to buy something of 100,000, make sure you have at least 1 million saved somewhere. So that when you remove 100,000, you will stay with 900,000, and that 900,000 will grow you the 100,000 you spent. How do you do that? By saving. As you make the money, you save some money, and you not only save, you invest. There is what we call like burying the money. You save the money somewhere. They are maybe in the bank, these normal banks, they are deducting maybe 2,000 shillings per month, 3,000 shillings per month. At the end of 10 years, that money is too much that they have deducted. So it's better, even before you save, know where you're saving. Some of us who are part of Nafasi know this, that instead of deducting our money, actually we are earning from our savings. So if you track the way you spend, you write down what you spend on, you use the minimalist approach, you look at what exactly you need before you spend. Write down the things you need. Ask yourself, do I really need these things? Must I really spend on them? If you realize you can live without them, then don't. Track the way you spend your money.
We'll try to get her back. Looks like it's a network problem. Nora, you dropped off a little bit. Yes, you're back on now, and you are talking about using the minimalist approach.
Yes.
So please proceed.
Using the minimalist approach, before you really spend on something, ask yourself, do I really need this? Do I want it? Can't I live without it? Because you find people having many clothes, buying phones because this iPhone is out and the other one is out, and immediately they get that one, they forget that they feel like the one they have is already useless. They want the new one. When this car number plate is out, they want to get rid of this one, top up money and upgrade to the newest car. They feel like this other one now is useless. Track the way you spend. Next is to eliminate debt. Eliminate debt as much as you can. Only borrow money when you have to, and when you have a clear way you are going to pay the money back. When you are earning, don't borrow because you think I will ask for money, I will beg for money, and I pay. There are people I've seen who have a debt, they've not yet even finished it, they get another one to pay off this one. Before they finish it, they borrow something to pay off this one. Then they give their assets to money lenders. They are taken. They are messed up with debt. Before you borrow money, be sure that you have a backup plan. Let's say you have a job. You have a backup plan that whether this job is here or not, I will manage to pay this money. And don't just borrow anyhow. Don't borrow far. Borrow with a plan. Borrow when you absolutely need to borrow, when you know that you will manage to finance the debt. Stay away from debt when it's not absolutely necessary for you to be in debt. The next one is make more money. Yes, I've always told the people I train that it's very important to have many streams of income. Yes, you have a job. What about the job? Is it enough? You need to have backup. That's why I always tell people that always research, read, find somewhere you can invest money. Not every business needs you to be around. That's why we buy shares in Nafasi. It's my business, but I'm not always there looking at it, moving with it, working directly in Nafasi. It's an investment for me because when I put my money in Nafasi, it is getting for me, it is making for me money. Make more money. Get a business. Invest and always learn to trust people and to work with people. No one is an island. Every time you have a mentality that everyone is a thief, you fear to risk, you fear to take risks. That's how you will always be. You will always be afraid to join. You will always be afraid to start. You will always stay behind. Start something. It's very nice. For me personally, I have a job. Yes, I am the executive director of Organised initiative. I am a counselor. I'm a relationships counselor. I do it online these days because of COVID. I'm a YouTuber. I am a farmer. And all those are my streams of income. On top of that, I'm in Nafasi. All those are streams of income, not even forgetting wife. So make sure that all these streams of income, everywhere you get money, you record and you invest, you track your income. And I'm still looking for more ways of earning more money. It's very nice to be here, and before you know it, someone is buying chicken, another one is booking for counseling. Then YouTube is giving me my check. It's very nice to always have some backup money coming in. Then another one is creating an emergency fund. For example, we are in Nafasi, some of us save our money with Nafasi. Nafasi, you are supposed to save the money you are not using after you've deducted your tithe, your rent, your groceries, your hair money, your makeup money, Medicare. That money, that remaining money that you plan for, that percentage is what you put in Nafasi. You want it to grow. You don't want to touch it. You want it to be there. But at the same time, you must have emergency money. Some money in your pocket which you use every now and then, which you use in case of an emergency. You don't run to your savings all the time to withdraw them, to tamper with them, to diminish them every time you need money. Come up with an emergency fund. And guys, you have to also know about cash flow. Life is about cash flow. Much as you are saving money in Nafasi and in the banks and wherever you are saving your monies, life is about cash flow. Much as you are accumulating assets and buying this and that, life is about cash flow. You have to prepare for cash flow. If you are planning for your old age, know that it will be about cash flow. If you are planning for your daily life, it is about cash flow. When you get, for example, you say, I'm planning for my retirement, I've built my mansion, I've built my houses for tenants, they will be giving me money. That is one way to get cash flow. But if you get money, say you build a big house, residential house, nice house, 500 million, 300, whatever, 200. That's why most people have your parents in the villages with a very nice home, nice house, they already retired, but you are still sending them money. They depend on you for everything. Without you, they can't access food, Medicare, everything, because they invested all this money in this big block of house, and now they have nowhere to get money. If they had decided to build a small house and maybe have rentals, they would be getting some money every now and then to take care of them. So as you invest, as you save, plan, that you need something which gives you money all the time. As you wait for the pandemic to stop, you must have some money. You look at the teachers right now. They are not working. Private teachers are not earning anything. Because what? Because they are not getting any money. Some are now waking up to run and start a small business and start a shop, and some are getting loans which they don't even know whether they manage to what? To finance. So life is about cash flow. Much as you have your big job somewhere which pays you per month, you need money on a daily basis. How are you planning to get that money? All those are ways to overcome and to improve your financial resilience. I talked about relationships already. You can't work alone, guys. No one is an island. You have to pick someone to trust. Do your best, but pick someone to trust. Work with people. If you look at all the big brands, no one made it alone. You might be having the money, someone has the brain. You realize that even in companies, if you sit together, even in Nafasi when we are on the committee, if we sit together, everyone comes up with a different ideas, which are all good ideas, and we share and we improve. Now, imagine you were alone seated with your own idea. It doesn't build you so much like if you share, if you come up and work with people. That's why we are in a cooperative. That's why we are in Nafasi. To be one, to be a family, to invest together, to save together, to buy shares together, to discuss together. That is why it's good to work with each other, to work with others. So, financial resilience is all about resilience, being resilient. Your ability to bounce back from whatever has hit you financially. Some people, I've had a lot of many people who have come to me during this pandemic wanting to start rabbit farming, chicken farming, panicking. This person is willing to get a loan to start chicken farming, which she never planned about. He doesn't know any idea about, doesn't know anything about it, but because they are now worried that the little savings I have are getting depleted, they are getting finished, they are running. I want to start a small car business. I want, maybe let me do carpet making, maybe let me do shoe making. You are entering something you don't want in panic just because you have heard that Nora is rearing rabbits and is making money. Nora is doing chicken and is making money. Nora's children are doing this and they are making money. And you want to join it. Do you know it? Have you planned for it? So as you don't wait for the rain to look for an umbrella, start now. Plan. Get your book and pen. Get that idea you know and you love. There is something I've learned from experience, that what you love is a business you can sustain. So don't do it because Nora is doing it, because Chris is doing it, because Mastura is doing it. Let me also do it. No. Get something you love. Sit down. Ask for advice. How do I start it? How do I start low? How do I start high? How do I start medium? Write down the pros and cons. Find the location. What's the capital you need? Ask for knowledge. Read and train about it. Then you start something you know how to do and you love. I'm sure you are going to make it out of. You are going to make good business out of it. It's very bad to wait for a pandemic to strike and you panic. To wait for you to be fired from your job and you panic. It's very, very dangerous. That's why people create jobs for themselves, for their children. Right now, Nafasi has a total account, children's account, where you can even start to invest for your children, for young kids, to teach them. This account is not about putting for your kids all the time. The way I do it, You have to work, kid or not. You teach your kids some small skills. Let them do it. Help them market it. Help them know how you market, how you're making the money. When that money comes, save it. If they need a boost, put it for them. But show them that it's entirely your sweat that's going to build your account. So that one day, when a pandemic strikes, when you're not there even, they will be able to stand. They will be able to know that no one gives me free money anymore. I have to do it myself. Something else to consider is having a backyard farm, a small urban farm. I do that. I don't buy onions, I don't buy groceries, I don't buy nakati, I don't buy dodo, I don't buy all those small things. Yet we use those things every day. Nobody, however much you have a small apartment, even if it's in a flat, can't plant onions, can't plant dodo. Those are things which help you on a day when you don't have money to buy these big things. Plan. Urban farming is very important. For me, I have a small backyard farm, but once the harvest is too much and I can't keep it all to myself, I sell to my neighbors. I sell to them eggplants. I sell to them aubergines. I sell to them dodo. I sell nakati. I sell onions. I sell tomatoes when I have too much. And you can do that as well. Why should I buy tea leaves when I can have my holy mujaja, I can have my chisubi? Those small things that take our money without us knowing, without us thinking. When you sit down and write all those small monies you use every day on tomatoes, tea leaves, nakati, all those small things, you realize that that money would still stay somewhere and grow. So financial resilience is your ability to bounce back, your ability to hold it in, even in hard times. Disaster preparedness. How are you prepared? How are you preparing yourself? How are you preparing your kids? How are you preparing your wife? How are you preparing your life for that time of financial problems or disability or whatever it is? Thank you so much. I hope you've understood. Let's share. Anyone who has anything else to add on it, to talk about it, let's share, let's talk. You can tell me what you think more about financial resilience. Let's discuss. I welcome your suggestions, your additions, your inputs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Chris.
Thank you so much, Nora, for such a very informative, sharing. Quite a number of things came through, including the fact that we need to track our expenditure. Some of us spend without documenting. What was surprising is the idea around borrowing when you have to. The fact that we have to diversify our income streams and make sure we have, steady cash flows, creating an emergency fund for ourselves, building relationships. And then really for me, what was quite instructive for me is this idea of starting now and not wait to start tomorrow, but more importantly, to learn before we can start. And then the one that I saw Jackie picked up is the idea around not waiting for the rain to start looking for the umbrella, to look for the umbrella now. So we're going to open this up for discussion for those who want to add anything or ask Nora questions. And I would like to welcome those that joined us a little bit later, including our newest members, Isabella and Isabella and Fiona, who just joined Nafasi yesterday and got their membership numbers yesterday. So you're warmly welcome. This is one of the learning sessions that Nafasi organizes periodically for its members to be able to share knowledge and information on key areas that affect our lives. So I'd like to open the floor. Just use the hand signals to raise your hand, and then we'll pick you up, and you'll have about 1 or 2 minutes to make your comment or ask your question. So the first hand I see is from Anne Christine.
Hello. Actually, this is not an.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'm Nora. Thanks, Nafasi, for having organized all this. Since we are a team, I need some help here. I am one person who has really been struggling. All in vain, but my biggest challenge is market. My biggest weakness. I don't know whether that's some light on how to do the marketing. I've tried poultry. I've done briquettes. I'm a farmer myself. I end up doing the farming and fail to have a market for my products. I have locked chicken, locked eggs. I end up even selling them at a lower price because I have a challenge with marketing. This is where I need your help as people from Nafasi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne, for your question. And Nora, let's just collect a few questions. And if you have an answer for Anne, please feel free to use the chat function or also raise your hand to be able to answer Anne. I don't think that Nora will have all the answers to all the members. I see another hand from Dennis.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. This was an arrangement out of COVID-19 shocks, lockdown restrictions. And we thought we would share as a family, see how we can manage how we can manage financially. Because financial resilience is about managing shocks. Your shock absorbers strong financially. If an event has happened like lockdown, you're not working, because of the two experiences of the lockdown restrictions, some people have not been earning, they want to consume. But for me, these are some of the key observations as an individual, not as a chairman, but as an individual. True, it is, you can depend on the job, but you might set up other sources of income, which is possible. Then there are business startups. We are saying that some people are saying this is not the best time to start a business, but depending upon the type of business, other people have been starting businesses in this lockdown. I can testify in my small supermarket. We have a deliberate policy to support local women who are producing from home. And in a period of time, I see the numbers increasing, the products for people who produce from home. And we know these people. They come and separate something of 20,000, 30,000. But you find in a month, this person has earned around 500,000 plus, where he has like 200,000 profit. So that is a very good opportunity that people can produce from home, which has not been the case before. So the other issue is on cost cutting. Children have not been going to school. We should have been paying school fees, but when you ask many parents, where have you been keeping this money? They say children have eaten it because they are at home all the time. So now, what happens in this case? We need to see possibilities of fixing our savings, so that we don't run to the savings all the time. Every time you get a small shock, you run for your savings. Because for time memorial, we have been learning about the future, that you save for the future. But with the lockdown, the future we are, even old and young tested the future. The future is not by age. The future is facing a situation that needs your critical financial decision making and how you can survive out of it. Personally, I have done 2 cost cuttings that in order to manage the costs, because some incomes have reduced somewhere. One, at the family level, we abolished evening tea. I have a family of over 10 people. Evening tea is a very big cost. Because of the lockdown and curfew, eating supper, we moved it from 10 in the night to 9 o'clock. So there's no reason you to take evening tea at 1 or at 7 o'clock or 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Then you take lunch, you take supper at 9 o'clock. So that one got off our planning list, and we have saved some money there. The other thing I think I've done, which requires a bit of investment, is to knock off the national water bills, because I was paying 170,000 per month in terms of water bills. The moment I invested in water tanks at my residence, both to harvest water, also to pump on top of the house, and you release water by gravity. Since it is a rainy season, even if it's not a rainy season, once it rains twice or thrice, you have in that way you are saving as a family or as an individual. So that was my sharing, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dennis. I want to see if there are any other hands. Okay, so we will now bring back Nora to just respond to the questions asked by Anne and some of the comments made by Dennis. Nora, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Chris. Okay, I didn't quite get the name of the lady who asked about marketing. She said she does all these things. She's a farmer, but she doesn't know well where and how to market her products. She ends up giving them out at a low cost. Now, I'm going to just share with you how I do my marketing. I'm not an expert. I'm going to just share with you how I do it. I'm a very busy woman, lady. Now, every morning when I wake up, before I even pray or exercise, I first share what I'm selling to the different marketing WhatsApp groups which I join to market. I share to all my social media accounts, all of the handles, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, all of them, even Instagram. I work from home. I don't have like an outlet. And it gives me time. By the time I'm done exercising, I already have messages to reply to. Because I look at those messages every 15 minutes at the end of the hour. I look at the messages and I reply. How can I help you? I have an auto-generated message of how I can help. And I have borders on standby. I just call them to deliver as long as the customer is going to pay his transport. And now my customers are used, they know that when I buy something from Nora, I pay my own transport. And they have no problem with that. Because the reason that's why I discourage customers from coming to my home, it's my home. And we are in these times of the pandemic. So I don't want to expose my home to very many different people. I use borders. If you are not comfortable with it, you come, park outside somewhere and someone will deliver to you. But I don't take people in my home. That's how I market. If you realize that in every business, every company, marketing takes the largest percentage of funding. Why? Because it is a very important pillar for any business to stand. Marketing, advertising, and how do we not only market like that, we also market the way we treat our clients. Do you follow up? Do you take your customers' numbers, write them down? Do you call them once in a while and check on them? Do you find out their feedback about what they bought and how they used it, what they got? Do you refund where you need to refund, or for you it's a take? Do you give back? For me, my month usually ends in September. My year ends in September. That's when I started my business. And I always give back. I look at my records, give back to those customers who have supported me throughout the year. And trust me, they will want to get that again. They will struggle to compete and get that again. All those are ways of marketing. How do you talk? How do you reply? Do you reply them properly? Do you talk to them? Do you check on them? Do you engage them? Do you sell to them things and you explain to them how to use them? When you sell your chicken or rabbits, do you give after sales service? Do you add value to your service? If someone wants a dressed chicken, do you dress it? Do you wash it? If they want you to cut pieces, do you do it? Or you're like, how do you add value? How do you package? How do you present your work before the customer? Because this customer is also an advertising agent. This customer is going to market you to another person. Me, I sell herbs. I plant herbs and I sell them. And the women, most of the customers of herbs are women. The women who buy from me herbs have sent me their friends, families, all of them, because of the way I handle them. So look at the way you market. Look at the gaps you need to fill. Don't just think that by sitting there and talking to a few people around your place and sharing in one single group, or not changing your attitude. Everything is in business rotates around behavior change. Attitude is very important. It will help you so much and it will take you places. And also the chairman talked about cutting costs. Yes, financial resilience is so dependent on behavior change. One time I was in church and my pastor talked about everyone can build a house if you want to. If you want a house and you don't have it, check yourself. I didn't understand it. He went ahead to say, why must you be single and you sleep in a house of maybe 3 million just because you earn it? He further instructed everyone to reduce the amount of rent you pay. I'm telling you, we had very many testimonies. We built houses. I built my first house at 21 because I listened to that guy, to my pastor. I listened to him talking about cutting costs. That time I was young, fresh from the university. I was working these odd jobs. But I managed to save my money, buy a small piece of land in Uperere and build a house. So it's all about behavior change. Change your lifestyle. Change what you spend on. Change how you eat. Change how you save. And when you save, don't borrow money. Let the money work for you. It's called residual income. However small, it later grows. Yes, that's my submission, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nora. I think that's very helpful, and we're almost coming to the end of this conversation. Just before we get into the closing session, I want to pause once again and see if there are any comments or questions. And if there are not, I could ask Nora my question. You did talk about backyard farming. Yes. And I'm wondering, for people like me and my cousins who...
Chris, I've lost you. Hello, Chris. Hello. Chris.
So a comment, then Anne, and then we'll have Dennis, and we'll close the question session from there. Robert.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris and Nora. I noticed that Nora, among the other points she gave us, she did talk about something around mental stability. Because yes, we are talking about financial resilience, and when she came back, she was talking about doing physical exercises. I think, I don't know whether I missed or something around mental stability, working on your health as a contributor to financial resilience. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. And we can also have Jackie respond to that question because she's done a lot of work in that area. And Christine, go ahead.
My name is Anne Homza. Happy to be back again. I want to share something with you. Like I said, I've been doing some of these things. I've done backyard farming. I live in a place which is very small. But out of the many people have visited that do farming, most especially urban farming, I've realized that even when you stay on Muzigo, like we call them, you can still do something about it. I'll begin by telling you that there is what they call local chicken, rearing local chicken, for example. We have chicken rooms and we have always, made them look so nice and, for visitors. But if I may ask you a question, how many of you have got visitors that have bought in cash? You would say that very few. Probably it's we who spend on the visitors, we give them everything we have. So when we were starting local chicken, I had a friend, so we agreed that we had to pull one chair, this big chair, and put, this the net, the mosquito net, the old mosquito net, put it there, got a tire, an old car tire, put it there, bought these small chicks, local chicks, put them there. So eventually we realized that actually we had grown the local chicken, meaning that even when you're on Muzigo, you can do something that can bring you cash.
Yes.
Even when you're on Muzigo, you get this old mosquito net, put it, behind there, fence off those greens, fence off that mujaja, fence off those onions, and you can still do something. Now, I want to talk about these other people who have homes. We have homes where we have put very nice flowers, but the nice flowers actually are also an expense. We spray them, we take care of them, we employ somebody to take care of them, and yet we can plant onions, tomatoes, and the rest of it all. We have a lot of useless rubbish which can be turned into useful rubbish. We have old car tires, we have old mineral water bottles. Think about all the tins, empty tins that you have in your home. All these can be used to do the farming, and you just have a sense of that small bit, and they will go in there. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
That's excellent. Thank you so much, Anne. That's really, really helpful, especially for me and my cousins.
Please, can I talk about the last point briefly?
Yes, please go ahead.
This gentleman who talked about maintaining your health as a way to boost your financial resilience is very right. I talked about it actually, but I only mentioned lifestyle change. Lifestyle change is very important, and it works around the way you eat, the way you exercise, the way you take care of yourself. What you eat matters, because if you keep eating junk food, not exercising, drinking these carbonated drinks, you don't detoxify, you don't take good care of your health, always taking sugars and drinks. These are the things that make us sick, that weaken us. And when you are weak, you can't think. When you are weak, you can't run a business, you can't work. You are always using the little money you have to treat yourself. So that gentleman's point is very important. Lifestyle change. Change your lifestyle. If you want to better your finances, it starts within. It doesn't start from without. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nora. And I want to check if Jackie wants to talk about this idea around mental health. I don't know, is she still on the call? All right, no, she's not. Okay, so let me see if there are no comments as we draw to the close. We always want to keep these sessions strictly within 1 hour, so that we can you can rely on us until we're finishing at 4. And I don't see any hands emerging. I just want to, before inviting Nora and Chairman to give their closing notes, just to say 3 things. One is, if you are a member of Nafasi and you're willing to share information, to share your knowledge and experiences with members, please do reach out to the manager, and we'll definitely get you a slot to be able to interact with members. There's also an opportunity for marketing. We have a Nafasi members WhatsApp group. So do share your information about your businesses, about what you're doing with us, with the members on those groups. The second thing is that Nafasi is still growing. And so we definitely welcome members who are willing to contribute to serve and assist the cooperative grow in many ways. We welcome lawyers, auditors, graphics designers who are willing to offer services for free to enable us to do things that we are supposed to be able to do. Even if you're an internet service provider or you work in a telco company and you're willing to, subsidize our costs, please do reach out to the manager and help. And also, there are many ways you can directly get involved. You can serve on the Nafasi committee, you can serve on the supervisory committee, you can serve on the vetting committee. You simply have to write to the chairperson of the vetting committee about this and express your interest in serving in these ways. And we will definitely, the vetting committee will consider placing you somewhere to be able to contribute your knowledge, your wisdom on different things. If you're a member and you have cousins, friends, relatives, friends of friends that you think can benefit from Nafasi, please do invite them to join. We think that Nafasi is a grand idea. And with just a few years, we are likely to see exponential growth. And so we invite you to be able to invite your friends and those that you know that might benefit from the cooperative to join. And then lastly, if you're in financial distress, I think, Nora talked about this idea around, increasing your income streams. And sometimes you have to use other people's money to be able to start up a business. So if you're in need of a loan, Nafasi has tailor-made loan products for all its members. Is it school fees? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to build a house? There are different products that you can benefit from. Do reach out to the manager once again and get this information. And I think the committee is always open to assisting you. So I saw a comment from Maria asking whether we're going to share this recording. The manager will definitely share the recording with all the members who have participated and those that were not able to join us this afternoon. Also, Peter Otai, who is asking about how to join Nafasi. Thank you for sharing your phone number, and the manager is definitely going to get in touch with you as soon as possible to share additional information on how to join Nafasi. I see in the chat that the manager has shared details in terms of phone number and the email address that you can use to reach out to us. Please do so. At this point, I'd like to invite Nora in just 1 minute to give her closing thoughts, and then the chairperson will give a closing remark, and we'll definitely finish by exactly 4 o'clock. Over to you, Nora.
Thank you so much, Chris, for this opportunity to share with the members and other friends about financial resilience. I call upon us to take this up very seriously, because the pandemic and hard times are not going to end. They have been here before us. They will be here with us, and they will be here after us. So let's take this very seriously. Let's take on the mantle. Let's not wait to be shocked. Most people who died during this pandemic lockdown didn't die because of COVID. Most of them died because of shock, because of panic attacks. It was too much for them to handle. They are sick, they don't have money, the bills are hiking, they don't have what to feed their families, but we can put shock absorbers on this. And we can only do that by planning, joining hands to plan. If you are not yet in Nafasi, you can come to Nafasi, speak to the manager. We shall help you to see how you can save and invest your money. Let your money work for you. However small it is, it can work for you. It can show you and prepare you for anything, for any pandemic, lockdown, sickness, whatever it is, old age, school fees. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity, to give me an opportunity to share with the rest of you.
Thank you so much, Nora. We definitely appreciate. I have a quick request from the Vice Chairperson, Bernice, to just say something before the Chairperson can close. So, Bernice, you have exactly 1 minute. We don't want to keep people beyond 4 o'clock. So, over to you, Bernice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris. I'm sorry I dialed in a bit late. I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Okay. No, I just want to extend my vote of thanks. I was meant to say something at the beginning, but I was unable to dial in. Thank you so much to all of you who have dialed. Yeah, I mean, this is a platform for you. The beauty of the cooperative model is you're the owners of this cooperative. It is ours, and that is how the model works. So if you have ideas, I think, Chris, you alluded to it. If you feel you want to talk about something, if you have an idea you want to share, we want to encourage a lot of communication. We want to bridge the gap between us, you know. We want to be reachable to you as a committee. We've been trying to brainstorm ways in how we can be closer to you. You shouldn't be stuck there with an issue. Chris talked about also the loans and credit. During this time, I spoke to a number of you who had been dealing with a lot of things. I mean, if you have savings of 1 million and you want to access 500, please come. I mean, whatever it is, this is your cooperative, and that's the beauty of this model. All of us are part holders, all of us are owners. If you understand the model of cooperatives, then you know how it works. It's not something that's out there for people, but your voice matters, your ideas matter, everything that you do. This is your thing. In other words, it's ours. Let's grow it together. So this is the first of many. We're looking forward to engaging. If I were you, I would get the contacts of the manager or some people on the committee so that we are easily reachable to you. So once again, thank you very much, and I'm sure we'll be engaging beyond today. Thank you, and God bless you. Over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Bernice. And now to crown it all, the chairperson, Dennis Tukaikayo.
Thank you. I'm Dennis Tukaikaho. I want to give it a bigger outlook as we close. Wow, like this? Yes. I want to give it a bigger outlook as we close this session by thanking members for participating. It's a good participation.